So for circles, you need to understand the basics of a circle. So let's start with the standard form. The standard form of a circle, just the basic set, is x squared plus y squared equals r squared. Now, the r stands for the radius, and this is a circle. This is standard form as it says above. I don't know why I'm writing it again, but you should. By the way, when you take notes, you should make notes about what's in the video. So this is standard form. It has a center at 0, 0. Center at 0, 0, and the radius is r. So we need to get used to the way you write things because good habits make good students. But what I want you to see is when you see x squared plus y squared at any time, that means a circle. It might say x squared plus y squared plus some stuff. It doesn't matter. The x squared plus y squared tells you it's a circle. So let's look at one. So let's say we have x squared plus y squared equals 100. This means we have a circle, and the center is at 0, 0, and the radius is the square root of 100, which is 10. A lot of students want to skip writing the square root of 100, but remember that this is technically up here. This value right here is r squared. So if you think of it as 10 squared, then you can jump straight to that 10, but sometimes it's not so easy to see. So if we build the habit of writing r equals the square root of 100 equals 10, it helps us out in the long run. So since our center is 0, 0 right here in the middle, that means we technically go up 10, right 10, down 10, and left 10, and that gives us a circle. That's a sketch. It's not a bad sketch of a circle. So the next one, let me see if I can get another one. So the next one, let's say x squared plus y squared equals 3. This means we have a circle. The center, the x squared plus y squared tells us a circle. Keep that in mind. So we have a circle. The center is still at 0, 0 because nothing is happening to the x or y. It's just x squared plus y squared. And the radius is the square root of 3, which is approximately 1.73. So that helps us figure out where it goes on an xy axis. So we need to do a sketch. The directions usually say find the center and radius and sketch. So that means we're going to go up the square root of 3, right the square root of 3, left the square, down the square root of 3, and left the square root of 3. So we have a circle centered at 0, 0. Now, you always go up and down. You don't want to hit a diagonal because the square root of 3 would be about here. So you never want to hit a diagonal. You always want to go up, down, left, or right. If you're using an element, if you're using a platform to do your homework, they should have a drag the circle out. So you should be able to see it that way. So standard form is not too bad. Go practice some of those and then come back, or we can go ahead and build on it. So move it up a notch. When we have a center not at 0, 0, so I would call this Roman numeral 2, a center not at 0, 0. It's the second part of the lesson. So standard form says x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. And when you do this, we have a center at h comma k. So notice that we're changing the sign of h and we're changing the sign of k to get our center, and our radius is still r, the square root of r squared, which is r. I would say don't memorize this. Just remember it needs to be the squareds, and then your center, you're going to change the sign. So let's look at an example. Number 1, let's say we have x minus 3 squared plus y plus 4 squared equals 25. That's some fun numbers there. So the center, what you're going to do is when you find the center, you're going to change the sign of this negative 3. So my center is at positive 3. That's the number with the x, so it goes in the x value. You're going to change the sign of this positive 4. Let me not kill that sign so you can see it. You're going to change the sign of the positive 4 to be negative 4. And the radius is the square root of 25, which is 5. Now the directions always say find the center and radius and sketch. So look at this sketch. We're going to go 3. We're going to go over 3, kind of, and down 4. So down here I have 3, negative 4. There's not space on this to sketch it. You're going to go up 5. So here we're going to cross the axis 1 because from here to here is 4, and then 1 more makes 5. So that's where that comes in. So we're going to go here, and when we go to the left, that's still going to be, we're going to count over 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to do a circle that runs off my screen. Oh, that's a terrible circle. You get the idea. So you have to get your center in the right place, and then your radius is 5. So generally, I would mark this with the radius is 5. Let's do another one. Number 2, let's say that we have x minus 6 squared. Let's make that a plus. Plus y minus 2 squared equals 49. So pause for a minute and write down what you think the center and the radius are, and do a sketch, and then come back. All right, so hopefully you're back. And the center would be negative 6, positive 2, and the radius is the square root of 49, which is 7. So when we do the sketch, we're going to go negative 6 over here. We're going to go up 2. This is a sketch, which means there's not really points on it. But the 7 is longer than 6. So if you counted over 7 spots, you would come over here 1 more, because the 6 is to the left of the y-axis. So we're going to come over. We're going to go up 7. I'm just going to draw a circle, and I'm going to label my radius at negative 6, 2. That's not a very good circle, but don't judge unless yours is beautiful, in which case you can tell me that yours is beautiful and mine is not. So let me try one more time, because it might be a little better. It's still lopsided terribly. We're going to run with it because that's not what you're here for. So the radius is 7, and make sure you label your center of negative 6, 2. The reason that we change the sign is we're technically solving for the zeros here. So we say x minus 6 equals 0, so x equals negative 6. That's how we get those values for the center. All right, so that's your basic part of circles. We're going to call this circle part A, finding your center and radius in sketch. And that'll give you the basics for it. Pick up in the next video, and we'll talk about how to go from general form, how to switch forms. All right, have a great day.